Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at episode 11 of Nanbaka. Now, this episode is titled We Got a Rewards because we finally see the rewards given to the inmates of Prison 13. And what's funny is, like, at the same time while doing that, they also show a lot of their background stories and kind of just a little bit about what makes them characters in general and kind of why they are the way they are, which I think was very interesting. And, I like how the very beginning of this kind of shows Rock with him having sleeping and having a nightmare of sorts, which is actually more so he's thinking about his past, where apparently he was a delinquent, and through various means ends up running into Jugo, which is kind of what they focus on later on. They're not going to do it right away, because what then happens is, of course, we have the openings, song, and then they switch to the other prison, and one of the guards goes, "Hey, prisoner 1669 wants to see you." That's Rock, by the way, in case you guys forgot. But they end up going to the mess hall where Rock is eating food, and he goes, I want you to try this. He tells the guy with the long ponytail, who he was the one who beat in the actual tournament. He goes, I want you to try this pizza because it's made in a stone oven, which, by the way, if you've never had brick oven or stone oven pizza, I'm telling you, you have no idea what pizza is. Like, that is some of the best pizza you could ever have. But in the meantime, though, they show how Rock and Jugo actually officially met, where, Rock had gotten captured and, of course, in prison, and, of course, Jugo broke him out, and they ended up getting a whole bunch of food at a diner, and kind of just from there became friends because of him, trying to help him out and kind of just being kind and caring to him, which I guess he really didn't feel like anyone was like that to him. So that was a very interesting, kind of touching moment. And, Jugo doesn't really remember that, but he goes, "No, trust me, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. I remember it, and I owe you for that." And I like how the other guy eats the pizza, and he's like, "Oh my god, this is amazing." And he eats sweet buns and all this other stuff, and he just loves it in general. So that's kind of Rock's little kind of background story. We switch to Nico's story, which was very interesting because we go back to where, Nico talks about his past, and I guess he's very lonely sometimes, being that he's always being tested on and stuff like that. And when he goes there, of course, his friends show up at the place and go, "Hey, we brought you some food from the kitchen and all that." And what's interesting is we actually meet the doctor's wife, who is, like, I guess the inventor. Like, she invents all this stuff there, and they, you can tell they really love each other a bit, but at the same time, they're a typical old married couple. I mean, they have their fights and spats, and it's interesting enough that apparently the nurse robot lady is actually their quote unquote daughter. So that's interesting. I wonder if there's more background story that maybe we'll hear about that eventually or whatnot. But Nico's reward finally is finished, and it's arcade essentially, where it's like she goes, "I was creating games for you because I know you like these types of games." The references to games, by the way, was so awesome. They had crane games. They had essentially like Street Fighter. They had like a Dance Dance Revolution, which was called Nanba Revolution, which I thought was funny as hell. I was cracking up during that. But yeah, Nico is talking all the way through here about his past a little bit. Not really super amounts of detail, but enough that you can kind of see that he really likes being with people. That's one thing that makes him tick. And he tells Jugo that, or he tells more so not just Jugo, but the one who created the games, the doctor lady. He goes, games are fun to be played with people. So that goes to show you, kind of, it's almost sad in a way. And I gotta admit, I'm gonna probably put the image right here somewhere, but the plushies from the little plushie thing are so awesome. I want one of these plushies. Like, I would love a Jugo plushie. That's so awesome. I would put that thing down. It's like, oh, it's a little cute plushie. I love plushies. I'm a sucker for cute stuff when it comes to that stuff. Anyways, what was interesting, the episode climax, we have the fire dude, who is very different. It's very odd. He's almost like Night and Day, where he is walking very calmly, and he hears Jugo's voice, and he goes, "Oh, is that Jugo?" And they have this kind of thing where he apologizes to him for all the shit that he caused him and all that, and Jugo's like, "No, it's okay. I forgive you. I wasn't, I did some horrible stuff too." And even Uno goes in and he goes, "Any guy that's willing to apologize and be like this is a good guy to me. I like you. We have no problems." So that was kind of cool. But we see at the very end where, and he's been in prison apparently. He's been underground for a while, it looks like. So maybe since everyone else has been doing this, maybe he's been kind of, I want to say, re-educated to be more kind and maybe just let all of his anger out. So maybe he was like meditating or something. But it looks like at one point, he wants to go and visit Prison 13 because they offered to have him over at one point. And what's interesting about the sequence of events is that we have the guard, the monkey guy, going, "I want you to tell me more about your past. That's the only way you'll get out of here, and you can go and visit them. I'll reconsider visiting them." Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. Hopefully I didn't blow your ears out with that cough. I couldn't turn it away fast enough. Anyways, so what was interesting was we don't get Uno's background story in this one, which is kind of interesting. And from what I hear, the actual preview, apparently we finds out that maybe next episode we'll be focusing on Uno a little bit for some reasons or whatever. But for the most part, I thought this was a very enjoyable episode. A lot of comedy, a lot of good stuff in it. You know, like I said before, I'm very impressed by Nanbaka for the fact that it can deal, you know, serious stuff and also kind of comic stuff really so easily. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Like I said, I actually was able to do a good full review for this because, hey, I'm not in a rush today. Like, I don't have to go and catch a train. Like, right now, I'd have to be running to go catch a train if I was this late. But luckily, I get to stay home today because my class is canceled today. It's going to be Thursday, so I'm happy about that. But anyways, guys and girls, I will talk to you later. Have a great, blessed day. If you like these reviews, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more content. You know the whole nine. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.